Everyone, it's Sherry Carroll for SimonsSaysStamp.com with a little look into our new release called Shake It Up. This release is really fun because it's all about making shaker cards. So what we have is 4 dies, a shaker shack, which is a pack of beads, and also a roll of foam tape. This is the Shaker Shack, and it has 24 packs of different colored beads, and they're in like little tic-tac containers, so you can keep all of your colors separate, and then they also go securely into the case. I like to mix the small beads along with my sequins. So here I have the 4 dies, and we have a gumball machine, a clock with time, and it has the hands and everything, also a TV, and a present. I'll show you a little bit of how these dies work. So you have a solid piece in the center, and that will be your window. And then you also have like an outside frame. So when you put everything together, it will create your outside frame. When you go to cut, you just lay it onto your cardstock and run that through your die cut machine. I'll draw your attention to the centers of these die cuts. So here is the gumball machine. The center part has a lot of these little pieces and parts that you're going to need, as well as the clock has the hands and the time. And then the present is a little bit different because it just has the 2 cutting pieces. I've created a quick card using the gumball machine, and this would be really cute for birthdays or any type of celebration. So how I've started is I've used the centerpiece of the Gumball Shaker, and I've cut out several colors of cardstock. So I started with a little bit of red, and that's just a couple of those pieces in there. And then I've used fog, slate, and smoke cardstocks. I've also used the other loose pieces to get all of my parts together. So I've layered these using just a little bit of foam tape. So I even have the little spinny knob here and where you put your money in, and then everything sits together in one piece. To cut the frame, I've put my pieces back together and used a little bit of tape and then run that through my die cut machine, and for that one I used fog cardstock. I have a panel of white Nina cardstock here, and I'm going to go ahead and just trace the inside of that frame. And this will give me an idea of where to lay down my center die to actually cut the window from my cardstock. So to keep everything in place, I'm just going to go ahead and use a piece of white post-it note type tape, and I'll secure this in place and run that through my die cut machine. At this point, I have everything cut out. I've also have a piece of acetate here. I've already put adhesive down on the back side of my card, and now I'm just going to press this down to make sure I get a really good seal on that. And now I can start adding my foam tape. I'm going to leave a slight border around the frame, but what I want to make sure is I get these really close together so the beads can't escape. I'm about ready to fill in my shaker, but I wanted to show you my little panel of cardstock here, and I've just put some of the dots or the gumballs, and so that will just position onto the back of that shaker card. So now I can go ahead and start filling in, and I'm going to use different colors of these little seed beads, and these are from the Shaker Shack. I love these little containers because you just open that up and just kind of sprinkle out what you want, and then you can go ahead and close those down. If you want to take a look at my foam tape right now, you can see how close I got all those little squares together. If you use the roll of tape, it would be a lot easier because you can just cut the pieces that you want around and you have less of a chance of any extra openings. So again, I'm just going to sprinkle in different colors of my seed beads. And I've used the black, I've used like a clear and white, and also I'm going to go back in and sprinkle in some red. I am basically sticking with the colors of my cardstock, but you could definitely do brighter colors like in an actual gumball machine to make it more realistic looking. Okay, so as my final touch to this, I'm going to go ahead and add in some sequins, and these are by Doodlebug, and it's called Lily White, and it has different white colors plus some silver sequins. And once I have my shaker area completely filled in, I can start removing the backing of my foam tape. Now I'm ready to add that back panel that has those paper gumballs, and I'll go ahead and press this down and make sure that's really well sealed, and that'll keep all my sequins and little beads in place. Now I can go ahead and flip this over, and I have a super fun gumball shaker card. I'll add additional foam tape and then mount this to my card with strips of color cardstock. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a Gumball Shaker card using our new Shake It Up dies from Simon Says Stamp, and thanks for watching.